guys, amigos, from
the Cancun airport. We just left Isla Mujeres and Casa Jalapeño, which was perfectly located and allowed us to explore the entire island of Isla Mujeres. Beautiful 2-bedroom accommodations. The best part, ice cold air conditioning in every room.
A little spicy though, a little spicy.
Okay.
Thank you, Isla Mujeres, but today we're talking all about
Cancun versus Puerto Vallarta.
Vamos. Okay, a few disclaimers. First off, we absolutely love Cancun, we love Vallarta
And burritos.
and Mexico, and we know this isn't a completely fair comparison, but we're gonna do our best. And second disclaimer is that we spent almost a year or more in Vallarta, so we know a lot more about Vallarta than we do Cancun y la Riviera Maya. But okay, what a first up comparison.
First up, beaches.
Beaches, okay, what about the beaches? Which are better and why?
Okay, so it's hard to say which are better, but they are very, very different. So Vallarta is full of beautiful beaches. The water is not super crystal clear at several of the beaches. It's rocky at some beaches, and it gets deep relatively quickly at most of the beaches we went to. Of course, there are exceptions to all of these, like Boca, things like that. But actually, in Vallarta, that's sort of the beaches.
And I think just the bay in general.
Yeah, it's a bay.
The bay in the general, we can all agree that no matter how much you like Playa Las Animas and Playa Yelapa.
Yeah.
The bay in general, the water's not super clear.
Yeah,
most
some
of the year.
days it was really clear, but for the most part, overall, not super clear.
Okay.
I know there are several big rivers that spit right out into the bay, right there in town. So
right, it's still the beach area is still absolutely gorgeous.
Yes.
But the water itself,
water
Cancun,
clarity, man, más o menos.
Let's see, Cancun definitely. The water here is absolutely.
It's like ice. It's clearer than swimming pools that haven't been peed in.
Yeah, and you can walk out for forever, and that's one thing Hillary really enjoys, being able to walk out. There's no rocks, or you can at least see when there's rocks.
Waves at some beaches, no rocks, not a rock in the sand. The difference in the sand itself was like mesmerizing to us. Here the sand is white, like almost like powdered sugar. In Vallarta the sand was very, very much more coarse, and it burned the snot out of your feet. If you had to run on the sand in Vallarta, your feet were scalded. But here, the sand never got hot, which was super interesting. So our first comparison is beaches.
Beaches, Cancun, 1, Vallarta, 0. Now we're gonna eat our burritos. What's next in our comparison?
Let's go with walkability.
Walkability.
Coming up after a burrito.
Punto número 2, walkability. Take us away.
So I think this one is easy because in Cancun, the hotel zone from where all the hotels are in the downtown is completely separate. And parts of Vallarta are like that too, but in Cancun, in the actual downtown area, there are no beaches. So if you want to stay on the beach, you stay somewhere other than the downtown area. Not the case in Vallarta. You can stay on the beach, right in town. You can walk to restaurants. Our first day in Cancun, I believe we walked a good 7 miles before we finally hopped on a bus to find any sort of food. And we ended up at McDonald's, right? A mall.
Yeah.
So walkability for the win.
Puerto Vallarta, which leads us to our next point of which one is better for like your beach vacation or like your overall getaway from your busy, hectic life, and which one might be better as like a retirement and long-term living in 6 months plus out of the year. First, we have to fly where?
La Ciudad de Mexico.
Vamos.
Okay, made it to Mexico City, and next thing we wanted to talk about is vacation spots and which city, may fit for a better vacation. So if you're super interested into ruins, and sort of like Mayan history, other history from that era.
More, pre-Hispanic.
I think the Riviera Maya is a great option because if you want to get to know Mexico in that sense, there's tons of places along the coast you can go. Tulum being one of them. There were some Chichen Itza. There were some ruins actually on Isla Mujeres, and I think if you want to get to know the people and more of like the culture from the Jalisco standpoint. Los charros. I think Vallarta is a better option if you want to sit on your beach with a margarita in your hand all day. My vote would be Cancun. If you're up for more exploring, I think absolutely Vallarta would be a better option. So in terms of a better vacation spot, it's sort of an unfair question because it really depends on what you're looking for.
Now, what about like
long-term life? This one's hard because, again, we didn't spend very much time in Cancun. I think for me, long-term living, absolutely Vallarta. Sorry, we're still really close to the airport. I think you can live in the city with great people and have the ocean. And the community in Vallarta, like many of you know, is second to none, I think. So I think for long-term living, I think I would have to choose Vallarta, but again, we're so partial, it's hard to say. The next major difference and similarity both is the accessibility of either city. So either city seems to be about 30 minutes away from the airport, give or take a few minutes. So I think from the airport to the actual city or hotel zone in either city is about the same. However, where Vallarta is situated on the coast, on the Pacific coast, seems to be very, very excluded from other civilizations. There are a couple of small towns along the coast, but other than that, the next bigger city is Guadalajara, which is, I feel like some people will tell you is like 3 hours away, between 3 and 6 hours away. Cancun, on the other hand, is situated in a way that it's really close to Isla Mujeres, the entire Riviera Maya area, Tulum, I know there are Isla Condoy, Holbox, Playa del Carmen, Cozumel. So I think in terms of accessibility, if you're only going to one city, I think Vallarta or Cancun are about as easy to get to. However, travel within that city once you get there, I think Cancun for the win.
And I can hear some of our Vallartians commenting already. What about Bucerías and Sayulita and Playas Las Animas and San Francisco and all of these places? And yes, you can go to those places. But the accessibility, if that's what we're talking about in general, it's not as easy to get to those places, nor is it near as comfortable, depending on the time of year, to get to those places. One, because the bus system in and around Vallarta is not nearly as comfortable as it was in Cancun, and it's just really hot in Vallarta, so it makes those trips more uncomfortable. And I think that's one reason we didn't take as many side trips as we should have when we lived in Vallarta, because it just wasn't fun to get on a sweaty bus. That's right, the buses were sweating. Final thoughts: Cancun versus Puerto Vallarta.
I feel like this is cheating, but hopefully we explain that, like, it's really hard. Sorry, we're in the middle of the park and there are soccer balls flying at our faces. It's really hard to say. It depends on what you want. So I don't know. I'm not sure there's a clear winner. Everyone's a winner here.
Oh gosh. Well, I think it boils down to, I think, really, like Hillary said, if you want to go sit on a beach and you're just going to sit here all inclusive, I think Cancun is the best place. If you're really into ruins, Cancun is your best place. If you're looking for a long-term place to live, in our experience now, comment below if you live here in the Riviera Maya area and let us know what you think about life there. Or
obviously they're so hard to compare.
It's extremely hard to compare. They're both amazing, both so very different. Yes. And we have had a blast in both. We are back in Condesa now, in La Condesa in Parque Mexico. And Yeah, we had a great trip in Cancun. We were very fortunate to know, to be getting to know Mexico, and I think a better video, maybe a more controversial video in the future, might be Quintana Roo versus Jalisco, because I think
them fighting words.
I think Jaliscoans, is that what it is?
Yeah.
I think they're like pretty
Proud.
proud.
Like Texans, I feel like Texans.
I think it's very similar to, like, if you're from Jalisco, like, but I don't know, what are Quintana Rooenses like? I don't know. We'll find out.
It's a battle for a future day. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure and subscribe to our channel. Click the bell, that way you get notified.
Cada vez.
Post a video, and we will see you guys from...
I don't know from where.
somewhere in Mexico, mañana.
Bye.